Danganronpa.
Hey everyone, XylaTakura here. Hope you're all okay and well. We are back with some more Danganronpa. So, I'm just going to turn the volume down because I feel like I'm shouting just a little bit. That's better. So, what happened last time? Well, Chihiro died. Dun dun dun! I mean, she was on a small list of people. Probably the least... They're like the least surprised. Maybe I'm trying to think. I wasn't kind of expecting her to die straight away, but game, do what you want. I'm enjoying you. It's good. So without further ado, because clearly I can't talk today, we're just going to get straight into it. You will have to forgive me if I'm a bit coffee. I think I'm coming down with a cold. But I got my drink and I've had a snack, so let's get into this. We need investigation. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna try and get through as much as I can today. Depending on how long it takes, I might only be able to get the investigation done today, and then I'll have to do the trial next time. But if the investigation doesn't take too long, I'll try and get the trial and the investigation done today. Let's see how we do. So, we've just picked up the file about what happened to her. So, the cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. Ugh. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta do what I gotta do. Monokuma File 2 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook. Hey, Makoto, do you have a second? Oh, you want to talk to me? He wants to... Do you hear this? He wants to talk to me. Huh? Did you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course. Life without purpose is quite dull, you know. So what did you need? I'm going to let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh? What?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent, the same talent which allowed you to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No, I just...
Stop talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But... We need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. Can I team up with Kyoko instead? I don't really know what just happened. But it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Okay. But Kyoko! I'd rather hang with Kyoko instead. Hi, Rodriguez. How are you doing today? I can feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Well, yeah. I suppose some people, when they look at a dead body, they get the whole, like, I feel a little bit cold and chilly and blah, 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 but Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but...
What?
What? Well, you then, dude. But we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. What a creepy psycho. Let's have a look at this. This is, well, there's a dumbbell on the floor and this is a blood stain. And there's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The Monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? I know Byakuya and Makoto sound the same. It's because I can't do an arrogant asshole voice.
That's right.
I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Nice! Locker room dumbbell has been added to the truth bullets of your handybook. Okay, let's talk to Kyoko. Well, that's a good start. She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. Ignoring him. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. Let's talk to Sakura. I use this locker room all the time. I am trying to get the voice. It's really hard when I haven't generally got that voice anyway. Now, it's become the site of Chihiro's death. That'll have to do for now. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here? She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. Well, I still think she came here on her own, by choice. Ooh, what makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning? Would she really have been exercising that late yet? Especially when everyone had made the rule that they weren't going to leave their rooms after 10 p.m. Why would she break that rule? She seems like someone that wouldn't break rules generally. Perhaps. Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night? However. Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret? But she also would have to come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Nice. Sakura's account. That seems pretty Chihiro. She'd want to come. She wouldn't want to do it in front of everybody because she wouldn't want to burden anybody else. But then she wouldn't want to do it on her own. So let's talk to Mondo. Dude, I had a real complex about being weak. No, dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All, I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't that strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about all that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account. Okay. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Whoa. Already? What? New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but... Let's go. If you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. Okay. He's so pushy. I got caught up with the wrong person this time. I've just been kicked out straight to the next area. So, this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure it out yourself. It's no fun if you don't, right? Well, let's put it this way. The locker room situation with the key cards clearly has something to do with this. Let's have a look at it. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbook, right? What? Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
What the? You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you. What
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in the individual handbook. And it's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl. The ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school regulation prohibit anyone from lending someone else their e-handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correctly correct! So then, that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey, Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there.
So in other words...
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right?
Such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. Fuck you, dude! What an asshole! But am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you this entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of a noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it. So,
Why you?
So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together.
Unbelievable.
Or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions. Figure it out the rest on your damn self. English. That sentence was butchered.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking in mental faculties, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. The main hall? That'll help you understand what's going on. Hang on. Whoa. Time out. You've asked me to help you, yet you're treating me like a dumb shit, which, not gonna lie, Makoto, you kind of are a little bit, and I am too. But then, you want me to help you, but then you're gonna go and be like, right, I'm gonna tell you everything you need to know, even though, you know, I chose you specifically because I assume you know what you're doing and you know how to work. Let's work with someone I hate. Woo! Wait, well, whoa. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? The hunk of metal blocking the entrance seems like some kind of machine. A surveillance camera, and there's only... That is true. That's pretty true. Definitely so he could just push his ego onto someone else. Here, take my ego. Oh god. It's so chilling. Right, tab. What's this? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? Oh, it's an e-handbook. No, wait, there's 3 of them, but what are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of the dead students get delivered to this mailbox. Oh, what? What? So then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka? You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. What? I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did... Oh my days. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed here earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. Should pay closer attention to the regulations. Learning your e-handbook to the... So someone took... So it could be anybody. Anybody who figured that out. could have gone and pinched Sayaka's or Junko's handbook to use. And then they could put it back. I see. Yeah, now I understand. Ooh.
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. Yeah, we remember. We don't need to... the memory of it came flooding back. The cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. Yeah, we don't need to remember someone getting bludgeoned to death by thousands of baseballs, okay? You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey, 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 hey!
Now I'm really angry!
Okay, hi. Hi, Monokuma. What? That e-handbook is essential to the student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did.
That's impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't friggin' break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what its weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
But you might ask, how could that be? And then leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Yes, I was about to say. Horror Panda indeed, Kathy. Welcome to the stream. I'm just like... Also, Kathy, meet my new assistant. Or rather, I'm his new assistant. He just informed me that I'm following him round for now. I don't like it. He's been smushing his ego into my face for the past 10 minutes. Oh, dear. Oh, okay, dear. Okay, then this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. Monokuma's design in general is definitely something. There's no kind of word to describe it. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite. Right, I'm guessing we just... Hold on, there's still one more... There's still more here waiting to be checked. Okay, well, screw you, Byakuya. Why don't you start searching with your big ass? This is one of the monitors Monokuma appeared on. Right now, it's just showing the score quest, and I don't see any clues around here anywhere. Well, there's only 2 this side. That's... Maybe we just need to talk to him? What did you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal the Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then, you really think, you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro? If you want to, Rodrigo. I think it should let you. I've not changed that many of the settings.
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely. I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right?
What?
There's nobody else it could be. Oh, maybe it's not registered to work then. I don't think I'd messed around with that many of the settings. If you want to send it to me through my messenger, Rodrigo, I'll have a look after the stream. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer? See if you can get hold of it then, Kathy. I've made you the moderator, so you should be able to figure something out. Genocide Jack. They say he killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be demented could one of us really be a demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. You do? What is it? What is it? Talk to me. Talk to me. I've already read this bit. I need to carry on.
Don't make me repeat myself.
I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. One of us. One of us. Not that kind of one of us. Okay. Is there really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need.
It's all clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Does something like that really... Ah, hey, you two! I don't know who this is, so I'm just gonna use my own voice. Okay. Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to play
We're busy.
with you.
Leave us alone.
I mean...
But it's an emergency! An emergency! Come on, please, you gotta help me. What do you want, Hina?
Please!
This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay, Hina?
I mean...
But it's an emergency! What? An emergency? What happened?
Well...
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we can take a second to go and see what's wrong with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
You then, dude. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no and that'd be the end of it.
Yeah!
Okay, come on, hurry! We'll wait for us, Hina.
Let's go.
Looks like she headed to the dorms, to Toko's room most likely. You're right. And we're all here. Let's just go straight in. Is Toko inside? Some kind of emergency? Well, let me in then. Maybe I'd have to talk to Hina first. You guys are too slow. I think you're too fast. So, what's this emergency?
So,
Well, after what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she could lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, see how she was doing, but when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out, and all she kept saying was all this weird stuff. Weird stuff?
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. I might as well give it a shot. The door swung open, slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
Sorry, wait, what? And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She's been acting like that the whole time when I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. Okay. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was afraid to leave her in there alone, so I tried to bust down her door. but it felt like something was holding its shadow on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer genocide Jack is really murdered Chihiro? Really out there scenario. She has the split personality disorder, and genocide Jack is one of her personalities. Boom. Hey, think outside of the box with this game. Nothing is as it seems. That's what's just came into my head. Oh, you had the same idea as me, Kathy. Literally.
But...
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Byakuya. Go talk to her. Hey, Byakuya, do you think you could ask her? To come out of her room, I mean.
That's fine.
Sure, whatever. Huh? You're gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Wow, I guess you can be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of a door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
What do you want?
Leave me alone, you're so annoying. Bakla! What the fuck? Me and Kathy, we are bizarrely in sync.
It's Byakuya.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. What the I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again. Me and Kathy called it. We have to have called it. This is too much proof. What? And with that, the door slammed shut. What is happening? Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's get back to the investigation. Come on, hold on. Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about just now? Yeah, something about a promise. Byakuya. That's fine, Rodrigo. Thanks. Thanks. You can enjoy my shocked faces and out there responses to everything.
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. Sure, Byakuya, sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hino take care of her. Bakla. I'm so freaking calling him Bakla from now on. So beautiful. Oh yeah, okay. I'll stay here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well then, let's go. Without a warning or a reply, Blackless bed. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it without trying not to laugh. But Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. Dracula. Dracula. Everyone's just gonna be coming up with names now. Just noticed I'm not in the... There we go. But he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. You know what? The library should just say Byakuya's keep out. Because he lives here, practically. Right, what are we doing here, Byakuya? Is the evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in this library?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Don't make me say it again. There's no point in checking there. We need to find real clues. Nice! I don't know. What we need to do is me to find coins, okay? That's important. The letter? There's no point in checking there. Okay, well, what do you want me to check, Byakuya? What's your problem? Oh. Knock it off. What does a dash matter now? Well, it allows me to interact with it, goddammit. So I'm going to interact with it. Hello, Javia. Welcome to the stream.
Don't make me repeat.
Well, what am I looking for, you dickwad? I've literally... What does he say? We need to find real clues. Yeah, well, tell me where I'm looking, or else I'm just going to keep looking at the desk lamp and pissing you off. Over there, maybe we'll get some useful... Yes, if I could, I will use the desk lamp to butcher him with. Hey, you know how that desk lamp you thought was useless? It's not anymore. Poof. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, what am I looking for here? Come on. Why did you tell me to... I'm just going to leave in a minute. I'm just going to leave in a minute. I'm leaving. Can I leave? Oh, come on. You have everything I've clicked on. You've told me not to check. Hang on a minute. Wait. They know what's happened and they're still forcing us to go through with this? Wait, the desk. Is there anything at the desk? I've literally checked everything now. What do you want from me, Bakula?
Don't make me repeat myself.
I don't know what you want from me. Ah! What am I doing wrong with Rodrigo? Because you've played this already. Anyone that's played this, just give me a hint as to what I'm supposed to do. Because all I'm doing is clicking the same thing over and over again. And he's... Says it 17 times? What? Oh, I'm commenting on... Okay, I'll...
Don't make me repeat myself.
There you go, you can add that to your tally now. I'm going for the door then. If I remember on the other side of this door... Oh! Duh! Thank you. Thank you, Javier. Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
It'll all make sense once you're inside. Well, why didn't you tell me we're going into the archive, not the fucking library, you dickwad? Thank you, Javier. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words...
Hold on a sec, guys. The phone's ringing. I'm back. Sorry about that. God, does anybody else get those bloody calls where it's just an automated freaking voice on the end? Ugh. They're driving me ballistic. I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. Right, what am I looking at here? Quite a few things. Let's check this box. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although, judging by the smudges in the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful while I was in the library. An extension cord, huh? Probably for his lamp. Oh, look, there's another lamp! Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? Yeah, it's not embedded in your head yet. That's what I have a problem with. It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it to good use. Nice! What else we got? Chihiro dies in this chapter, Javier. She's kind of strung up in the girls' locker room. This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
That's right.
That's the report on the presidential assassination. The original is kept at the National Library. No problem, Javier. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? Well, you know, he's getting on my nerves, alright? Makoto won't do it. And it's a good job that I'm not in this game because it's, yeah, exactly, self-defense. His ego was suffocating me, so to prevent it from killing me, I bludgeoned his skull in with a lamp. There's no point. There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. yeah, that. Shh, shh. Don't give away my secret. No. What's in all these
That's
things?
enough.
Yeah, his ego is the most murderous weapon in this school. Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're just kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let that go for now. There's a ton of thick files stuffed onto the bookshelf. Who's my favourite character? I don't know, I like all the characters for different reasons. I think, like, together as a group, I like them all. Like, I absolutely loved the scene with Mondo and Taka in the sauna room having that, like, endurance competition. Oh, it was beautiful. I loved it. But I suppose if I had to pick a favorite character, because I couldn't pick from all the kids, I'd probably have to make Monokuma, because Monokuma's fun. I love Monokuma. He's great. If you're thinking of looking through any of them, let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. Dude, I have seen the game Welcome to the Game and Welcome to the Game. Have you ever been on the deep web, Byakuya? You seem like the type of guy that would go on the deep web. I know what the deep web has on it, goddammit. Well, an imagination of what could be on the deep web, but yeah, I've seen the deep web, dude. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files are the investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not the kind of thing you'd expect to leak. Oh? So, are you beginning to understand the true splendor of this library? I wouldn't make it as a hacker. I don't think I'd make it as a hacker. I'm not that, like, smart with computers. Just because I'm the smartest person in my house, but I'm definitely not the smartest person.
Interesting.
Oh, Javia, thank you so much for following. I haven't heard my Rakan in ages. It's lovely to hear him again. I was worried that the program had actually stopped working, but thanks so much. I appreciate it. It's home to classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
Shh, Kathy. Shh. I'm not a hacker. Shh. That's your guy's problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label it a lie. Rakan's my Rakan's my second main support. Lulu's my first, because I'm better at playing Lulu. Just to prove I'm better at playing Lulu. Yep, look. She's a bit dusty, but I got all the little cool stuff. I got her hat. I got a plushie of Lulu. I've got the little statue I've just showed you. Yeah, I'm kind of a Lulu fan. I like Lulu. She's adorable. You're a Soraka main, are you? Thresh one kick. Nice! You guys play League. That's awesome. That's really cool. Nice to hear. You can always add me on League if you want to. Same name as my stream. Shameless plug. Come on, Kathy. Join us on League. Join us on League. Well, it's not that. It's just, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I've just realised this entire stream so far has just been chatting to you guys. No Danganronpa stuff is happening right now. This has got to get put on YouTube later. I mean, there's just so much. How could anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show just how much power Hope's Peak truly wields, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use. I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still can't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible.
What?
What do you mean, usually? Usual. Normal? Ordinary? Simple? Those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider unusual is based on your common sense, right? What makes you think your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times. Have you now? Hold on a second. You're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this at our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Huh? Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you, there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. Well, whoop-de-indu, boy! Do I give a shit? No! And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. Wow, the ego is just drowning me right now. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Hail, Rodrigo. Definitely, yes. Definitely. Which is why I can proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. This is beyond believing or not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. That's because he could be the ultimate mastermind one day. We should kill him now. Are you sure we can't bludgeon him with the death lamp? And what always interests me the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through those reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. Let's kill him while we have the chance. Yes, yes. And among all those reports, one of my recent favourites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is the complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases has been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarise the main reports. To begin with, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. Sorry about that, guys. Just had to check something. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. And the second is that when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written on the wall and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise. The best part is yet to come. For the second characteristic, where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police or other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one on the news, no one online, nobody knew about the aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about the act of mounting the victim. Now, if you recall Chihiro's corpse... Thanks very much, Davia. I appreciate it. Her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So, how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
Right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite simple.
So, in other words...
The culprit isn't a copycat killer, it's the real genocide Jack. Gah.
In other words...
Traditional anime noise. Gah. That's right. That's it. That right there is the evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer, really is walking around among us?
Interesting.
Things are starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become a part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what I've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Yeah, sure, Byakuya. What the hell? Why is it... Oh, just the camera. There's even a surveillance camera in here? Well, I suppose so, if there's that many bad files in here. Let's talk to Byakuya. It's the last thing I need to do, I think. Byakuya, about that Genocide Jack case file. Could you let me see it?
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess that's okay this time. I just asked him. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Gasp. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense and nervous fingers. Suddenly my hand stopped. I reached the page where photos from the scene of each crime had been collected. Oh, scissors. Scissors? Yeah, they're scissors. The names of the Genocide Jack's victims ran on for several pages. Ken Harada, 32. This is where I'm going to butcher some Japanese names, so I do apologize. Tetsuhiro Honda, 17. Soji Gaku, 23. Kano Isae? Oh god, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Oh god. Okay, there's lots of names. There's lots of names. There was no end to it. But one thing became perfectly clear as I read. All of the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended in exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now, take a look at the next page and you'll find another interesting tidbit. The next page. Oh, back to the zoom out. Profiling results. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays, at night, or during holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killing to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may be a student. Evidence suggests that the suspect lingered at the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there was any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests... Kathy, we called it! That the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder. We called it, Kathy. We called it. We freaking called it.
In other words,
We called it. The key point here is that the culprit may well have a split personality. A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV. Only this time, it's not on TV. So I'm part of another totally unbelievable story, but this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Or maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. Genocide Jack case file has been added to my e-handbook.
Let's go.
Alright, we should get going now soon. Huh? Where are we going now? Anywhere but here. We've finished our business here, haven't we? I know, nothing is as it seems. I've played Nia. It's okay. Ah, wait, Byakuya. Because there's nothing to say that there couldn't be something else happening behind the scenes, because the whole thing about Toko with the promise with Byakuya is still like, As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying misapprehensions. Did you really think we'd be together the whole time? I don't know. I don't know about that, Kathy. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure it's him. I think he's working behind the scenes doing stuff. I don't know. I feel like he's one that wouldn't want to get his hands dirty, but if he could get someone else to do it, he would. Because his idea of being on top and having that, like, you know, with his family and the secret government is that important to him. I imagine he wouldn't want to sully his hands, because that would get in the way of it, especially if it wouldn't get him out. I think he's just trying to... yeah, Javier, definitely. But I think it's something to do with the fact that I think he's trying to slowly get rid of the competition. And then once he's got to the point where he feels he can just kind of get away with murder, he'll get away with murder. He seems like that kind of person. Very calculating like that.
Goodbye.
Bye, Byakuya. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he'd asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything being tossed around. At the same time, I'd uncovered some really important clues thanks to him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro, and that murderous fiend is one of us. But who is it? I have to find that out, no matter what it takes. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I should check the boys' locker room too. And the others might have come up with some info that I might find useful while I'm at it. I need to find out everything I can. Right, let's... F1. Map. I remembered how to teleport now. We need to go to... Oh, jeez. Oh, Q. Gym? No. Gym, second floor. Yes. Go. Superior ship. Well, that's a new one if I've ever heard it. Hello, Ifumi. Hifumi had discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me.
Evidence? What did you find?
I cannot reveal that just yet.
That's it. I'm sure of it.
But I guarantee that what I found will steal the killer's breath from his lungs.
Are you sure about that?
Oh yeah, Miss Ludenberg said she'd witnessed something worthwhile too.
Okay. Really? What did she see?
Well,
She refused to tell me. It's like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right?
Yeah, that ain't happening, honey. Not in a million years. Okay, so where's Celeste now?
The warehouse by the dorms. She was there, but at the same time, not there.
What's it gonna be? Let's investigate these rooms, then we'll go and find Celeste. Who else is still in here? Of course you guys are still in here. Kyoko! Talk to me, girl.
Hey Kyoko, have you made any progress on your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Been added to my truth section. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but I do have my limits. Well, I'd better give it a shot anyway. Let's see. Chihiro's hands have been bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. Huh? The rope has a plug. The extension cable was taken out of the archives! What? Wait, so then this isn't rope at all? But the more I think about it, the more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was the blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right, there's the issue of her being suspended and the fatal blow. At first I didn't see any reason to think too much about either of them. But seeing them again after looking through Genocide Jack's file, something's not quite right. What does all this mean? I'm gonna say, because it looked like they were held up with scissors. Not rope. Scissors. And I'm pretty sure that they... don't know. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I need to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at Genocide Jack's case file one more time. I know! We have to go back to the archive again! Mondo, did you find anything else out? No, you didn't. Ah, you see. I'm gonna say, I remember the scissors being in the picture, Javia, so I knew that had something to do with it.
Damn. No forgiveness!
To talk to such a helpless being is unforgivable. What a wretched beast could do such a thing? I cannot forgive this. Wow, you're terrifying when you're angry. Leaving now. Goodbye. There's still one more thing I need to check. Oh, the murder weapon? Oh. What's this? There's a blood stain on the poster. The blood is the most noteworthy part, but the big-breasted swimsuit model's pretty noticeable too. Shh, stop it. The girls' locker room doesn't seem like the kind of place you'd find something like this. Okay. Yeah, how about the bloodstain on the floor? Let's have a look at that. There's a bloodstain on the carpet. It could only have been caused by Chihiro's murder. Well, yeah, that's kind of obvious. What else were we looking for? Oh, bloodlust? The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood, just like all those others in the genocide. This is written on the victim's own blood. Where else do we need to look? Can we leave now? Yeah, we can leave now. Cool. Right, let's check out the boys' locker room while we're here. Hang on a minute. Huh? This poster? It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit in the boys' locker room. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is... That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? I think they might have been. But if they were, why? What reason would anyone have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little bit more about the locker room. And this. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? We got anything else to look at in here? Is that it? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, it's a swimming pool. I've never actually seen it yet. I bet there's nothing to check here, though, is there? Nah, let's just leave. I don't think there's anything to check here. I imagine someone's going to end up being found dead in the pool, though. I've called it. Okay. So, she was killed in the boys' locker room and moved. That's my opinion so far.
I feel as if...
Yeah, he's definitely not got anything new to tell me.
That's it.
Where did he say she was?
It would seem...
The warehouse by the dorms. The warehouse by the dorms. Okay. Okay. I'm sure there's still some more left waiting to be discovered. Oh, this thing. But the door's unlocked now, so it's kind of pointless. Bunch of different pool-related items on the shelf. They don't seem to need any kind of clues left. Nice! Can I leave now? No. Gatling gun. Is that a real gun? Why is something like that here? It's dangerous. Also has nothing to do with the case. Oh, is there any clues to the case? Nice! I'm getting coins though. Sorry, just getting messages. Very unprofessional of me. So, let's have a look at this then. The doors are not, so it's kind of pointless. What am I missing here? Going back in. Oh, wait. Maybe I have to talk to, Sakura about the posters. Sakura, you come here a lot. You spend a lot of time exercising the girls' locker room, right?
Of course.
I've used it nearly every day since it opened up. Sometimes Hina and I use it together. Okay then, let me ask you something. Do you think that poster in the boys' and the girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I can't really say. I've never really paid any attention to the posters. I see.
However...
But there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with the coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain, and the stain is gone! Yes! A stain? But I don't see any stain on the carpet now. Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it unusually clean, as if there were never a stain to begin with? Yeah! Making progress, making progress, making progress. Nice, nice, nice. Right, okay, we can leave now. Yeah, we can leave now. Let's go and try and find Celeste. Let's go to the dormitories. The warehouse.
warehouse. There's a warehouse thing over here, isn't there? Can we go in here? Is this it? Shit. Here she is. Celeste, what are you doing in here? Celeste, what are you doing in here? This warehouse is amazing. It has absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to towels, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well, I will tell you, and only you.
Actually,
Last night, I saw her here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
indeed.
This was right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly to the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this would ever have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket or duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow? Ooh. Okay, so maybe we need to go back to the archive? Holy crap, there's loads to look at in here. Let's see if we can leave. Yeah, we can leave. Let's go back to the archive. Go back to the archive in the library. I quite like searching on my own, it's nice. Right. This box. The extension cord was in there before. I want to take another look at Genocide Jack's case file. I knew it was around here somewhere. Huh? It's gone? Did someone take it out of the archive? But the only one who would do something like that is... I can't think of anyone but Byakuya. So where's Byakuya now then? There's still more I need to check. Really figure out why we're in prisoners all here. Would that be enough to get out of here? Or... Oh, the extension cord here. There's a thick layer of dust on top of this desk. Maybe there's some kind of clue here. Guess not. No, I want to look at the desk lamp. Huh? The lamp won't turn on. Oh, I see. It's not plugged in. The lamp's cord isn't long enough to reach the outlet. But last time I saw it, it was definitely on and it was definitely right here. Oh, that's right. Byakuya was using the extension cord. But there's no extension cord here now. I wonder if... Is that it? Can I go now? Yes. Cool. Right, now what? Suppose I just need to find people to talk to? What's my map say? Still got an exclamation mark around the archive, but it wouldn't let me leave, surely. Oh god.
we'll just have another quick check. Who am I suspicious of? Quite a few people. Because I do remember Monokuma saying that you could work together with people to plan the murder. You could have an accomplice. So I think I don't trust Byakuya, but I think that's just a genuine thing. I just genuinely don't trust Byakuya. Toko has something to do with it. I don't know whether she did the murder, but she has something to do with it. Don't trust. Nah, that's what I don't trust about him, Kathy. I don't trust the ego. I guess I just need to go and find Byakuya. Oh, whoops. Wrong button. I did that a lot the first couple of episodes. Just kept hitting the wrong button. Right, let's leave. We need to try and find Byakuya because we need the case file back again. Where's he gonna be? Let's see if we can find him. See, there's an exclamation mark over the library and stuff still, but... Oh. Hina's in the dining hall. Maybe we could talk to Hina again? Okay, let's go and talk to Hina. See if she got anything out of Toko. Talk to me, girl. Oh, Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out. And she just keeps on mumbling something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, but don't worry. I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly... Oh, I'm still talking to her. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating?
Huh?
A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created. Outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with?
Well...
Yeah, well, she was a little bit strange. Didn't really hang out with the other girls much. It was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something... Oh, actually, Sakura had said something similar. She said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you, she always refused.
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh, wait, maybe. Maybe she was used to guys spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never really saw her as that kind of girl. Okay. What? Now? Now?
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for! The class trial!
Holy crap. Class trials now? I'm still trying to piece things together, though.
You remember where to meet, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes, I remember where to meet.
Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
Begin the class trial, or... It's about to begin. The red door, it's right through here. Right, guys. So we have two options. I can leave it here and I'll start the class trial in the next episode. Or I can do the class trial now. It's up to you. I'll let you guys decide, but if you don't mind this being a very long stream, I will do the class trial right now. Okay? Okay, I'll do the class trial. Let me just quickly do something. To be fair, today I'm free, so I can pretty much do it. Just gonna inform a friend of mine who's who I'm gonna be hanging with later on. Oh. Oh, thank you, Rodrigo, for following. I appreciate that. I didn't quite check it on my thing on there. Buggered up a second, so. Do a class trial. Then I'll be with you. How unprofessional is this? That's what I am though, guys. Unprofessional. I will save though. Okay. Right, guys, you've been here the whole time, so you can give me a hand. Let's do this. Let's go and find Genocide Jack. Class trial time. Ahem. So is everyone ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on.
Kidding, I'm just kidding. How could I forget that nut job? She's a crucial part of this class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. Oh my god. And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe he would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible! Phew. So now everyone's here, right? Okay, Lynn. Hustle on into the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. We have no choice, right? We have to do this.
It's true.
Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
It is ridiculous, yeah.
Good, good. You're rip-raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all.
Well,
Okay, Len. Let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills!
Everyone, please find your assigned seats.
And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. Someone liked the word deadly. It's so deadly, deadly obvious. A deadly class trial. Oh yeah, I'll save again. I'll rewrite over this save. Beautiful. Right, okay. Court preparation time, eh? Right, give me 1 second. I will be back. Right. Do we need to review the e-handbook? Let's have a quick look, see what we got. So, we know that she was killed by a blunt force to the head. Discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor. But she was discovered in the girls' locker room, but I think she was in the boys' locker room. What if she took... She's a programmer, right? No, that makes sense. She's a programmer, so she could have got Leon's handbook, programmed it to allow her to go into the boys' locker room. That's why you couldn't find the tracksuit. Okay. She declined. She may have been meeting someone in the locker room. Okay. Dumbbell was what killed her. Had told anyone willing she wanted to get stronger. Some assume that was due to inferiority complex about being where she admired strength more than anything else. Well, not that they needed the card reader. You needed a male student handbook to open the okay. I'm feeling a tad bit more confident with this case. I've just got to be careful that I don't make any mistakes. Handbook of each student has been assigned in the mailbox. Broken e-handbook. She's a programmer. I have a feeling she would know how to shut something like that down. Leon's. Genocide Jack's case file. Bonus written underneath. It'll fit in the same way. I'm just going to have a quick look through this just to refresh my memory, guys. So, keeping a distance from skills even from the beginning. That's the coffee stain. And they switched the posters because there was blood on the poster. Her handbook's missing. Suspended with some kind of... Yeah, that's the... What's it? From the other room. From the desk lamp. Celeste found her at night time. Okay.
Okay, I can't think of anything more we're gonna need. I don't think I have any more skills to use either, do I? Let's put that one on too, I guess. Oh, vocabulary? Don't have any more skills, do I? Robot jock. Yeah. Is easily your favourite. Okay. Then let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it then. Class trial. All rise. I'll pretend I'm rising.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Thank you very much, Javia.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make it clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow. Oh, I gotta try and remember how to do this now. You have to shoot it, don't you? Okay.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yeah, that's fine.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No, that's wrong.
Yes. Whew.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yeah, to be fair, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy that would be good at investigating stuff.
Yay! That's so creepy!
Some people are fine at looking at blood and guts.
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? No. Nah. Me and Javia have figured that out. Nah. A new element has been added. A new element already? Oh god. Yeah, I'll listen to it. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the right mouse button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual remark with the silencer instead of the white noise, the time limit will decrease. Great! So be careful when you take aim in your silencer. Okay. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer and just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun! Wouldn't it be nice to play on gentle?
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Whoops.
Hey, so, speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is!
Show me the one look at that and anyone would be convinced. Okay, so I have to hit that then.
Is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed.
Let's say it is pink, not white.
But that's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Damn it!
No, that's wrong.
It got in my way, goddammit!
I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail.
Oh, okay, I'll bear that in mind, Javier. I also like the class trials because they talk for me, because after a while my throat gets really sore.
According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characteristic of any Genocide Jack case which the world at large doesn't know? How the victim was positioned.
I got it!
I think...
Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way.
I like the fact that I should do this more often. I should do the investigation, then go straight to the class trial, because I'm remembering everything. Because the first time round, I'd taken a few days between.
Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why has this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. But multiple people, right? Hangman's Gambit. She has that. Oh God. I've forgotten how to do this bit. Concentration. Oh, Jesus Christ. I've forgotten how to shoot. How do you shoot? What? I'm having a dicky fit right now. Nope. Nope. What? Whoa! Oh! Gimme. There we go. Schizo.
Now I understand.
Jesus. I was trying to figure out what I was doing. I've forgotten how to do that. I've forgotten how to do the whole of the hangman.
Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Huh?
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
No, you can't judge that straight away, Byakuya. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality is to do with behavior. Her behavior change.
I got it! You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
Okay,
That's
I need
right.
to shoot them to make
Think
them see
back.
red. Okay.
She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
You must have hit your head real hard when she fainted. Yeah, she was a bit... This is quite concerning. She sounds completely different, yeah.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech,
Huh?
Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Aww.
What?
You promised. I can't believe you lied.
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
I'm sorry I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me.
Wow. Wow.
That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it.
It seems too odd. Too odd. Absolutely
But
too
your
odd.
efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person you don't mean.
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second.
Well, hello there. Is it me you were hoping to see?
Shit.
What the heck? So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
I feel like I'm talking to Jinx right now.
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko. That's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
Someone had way too much fun with this role.
So intense.
Like they say, sound and murderous mind, sound and murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes.
Why did you guys not think of that?
You know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then, it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but there's something still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all this.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely. What more proof do we need? Give it up.
I'm hitting
You
him.
killed her.
I'm hitting him. Okay, I just have to focus on remembering Chihiro's body, and that must be the answer. That should prove that what he said isn't quite right.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong. Are the methods of murder really
Exactly the same?
I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction.
The scissors used in the murders are apparently custom made, with every pair left at the murder scene seeming to be the same material and construction. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across the body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later attached to the victim on the wall.
I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders in the photo. In the photos from other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you see a clear difference. The victim's fatal injury.
For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
I'm getting it, guys! I'm doing good!
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with
a pair of scissors. Or multiple pairs of scissors.
Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the first cases, although it was stabbed through the hands. How the body, what was used to suspend her? I gotta read them.
Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
It wasn't a rope, dear.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac?
Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
There was a pattern surrounding Genocide, but sure didn't fit it. Because Chihiro was a... Oh, Chihiro was a girl? She killed boys only?
Because Chihiro was a girl?
Jill is more of a likable character than Toko. She's more fun, definitely.
Bingo! Bullseye, right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all boys. Yeah, we don't need to see all the names again.
They were all...
guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged man-madam!
So, since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
I'm so glad I'm female.
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
It does indeed.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da, 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 da!
Wow. Scissors.
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway.
Calm down, Taka.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal, and not some copycat killer or
Did
whatever.
they now? Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Where are you, Byakuya?
Here's my answer.
Come to Mama.
It's possible you could have found out.
Isn't it?
You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Ooh.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Cool it, Joe. Cool it.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
And the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
No, but the rooms were switched.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
No, the rooms were switched.
On the contrary, there's something
very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
Another one? Oh, Jesus Christ. Now we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. This memorized phase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. Whoa, 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 back up. Hang on a minute. You are adding so many things. My brain is going to explode. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? I have no keen wits. In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Wait, how do I do the flashbacks?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Do I have to hold down then?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
Okay.
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
you absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro.
That...
What's wrong?
I'm doing shit right without knowing what I'm doing!
I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Ah! See, I'm knowing shit without knowing shit.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it's nothing to do with
What's
him.
the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The differences between this case and the other side and the other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there. What could it be? Oh.
What?
This is to do with the
difference
cord.
between the cases? You want me to explain it again?
Yes, please
When
explain.
I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody
Whoops,
else
missed.
must have had it hidden away somewhere.
Missed it.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope, was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you
Get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Damn it, no!
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
God freaking damn it, flimmer flam it.
What? The difference between... You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special
Does anyone
scissors.
remember how
They
to
use
slow
those
down
scissors to
time?
arrange the body.
I've forgotten.
But
How do we slow down time? Oh, holding down space key. Okay, got it.
it was some kind of rope, was it not?
I remember
That's
now!
right. It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah! That's what I needed to remember, how to slow down time.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it.
No, you did it in the boys' locker room.
Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved.
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you?
Stop being an asshole, dude.
I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya just said is the truth? No, I don't think so. Scene of the crime. Scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right?
Right.
But are you sure
About that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Shut up, asshole.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Oh, isn't there?
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else.
Then carried there later.
Along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident up until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission. What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that had been switched on the boys' and girls' locker rooms. Where is it? There.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel.
Big-boobed supermodel.
That's kind of strange. Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about.
Right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain had been scrubbed away. It was moved. Oh, which one? Boys' room locker carpet.
I got it!
It's in the boys' room now.
The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one
Locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed
She
her access
stole
to the girls'
Leon's!
locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Is he right? Could Chihiro have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? This music is so good. Broken e-handbook, yeah?
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook. She was the ultimate programmer, after all.
It's probably that one.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh?
What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong. No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was
Broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
Okay.
I'm struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
Psst! You can't fix an e-handbook! The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring!
Oh.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just... wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya is the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second.
There we go. Kyoko's finally piped
I
up.
agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right?
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Ooh.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial
recess.
For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
What's going on? Why am I moving? So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. As we headed off with Kyoko in lead. And where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom. What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands?
Don't have a mental breakdown, Hifumi, okay?
No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
Hang on a minute.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Very well. I'll do it.
Sakura's like, fuck it, I'm just gonna...
You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action?
Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go. I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Is she a he? Sakura's eyes was staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy.
Fuck yes!
Ah, I see. So she was
actually a he.
Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What? You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Who wants to see it? Sure! Just Sakura, just throw Chihiro's body at them. Seriously. Look at it.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
And then he was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
I'm so sorry this is taking so long.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Pretty much.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy, the thought had never even crossed my
And
mind.
because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually
Could be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
Come on, dude, just swear. Everyone else, well, I say everyone else has, only Mundo does, but...
I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility.
He must have had it at some point, Rodrigo, but he did put it back, because when we checked it, it was already there still.
Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means... the killer is a guy? Since the scene of the crime was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Well, the fact that Chihiro's handbook is not anywhere at all.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves in.
Celeste's account, yeah.
Game over, man.
That's where I need to
Game
hit.
over.
That's where I need to hit.
Yeah! No! Not game over!
That's what I need to hit. Okay.
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim at
some point. Yeah. All we need right now is...
It's over. It's all over.
You want to know who saw
the killer?
No, that's wrong.
No, Celeste saw Chihiro too.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered.
What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes. I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
I'm in kind of a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry.
Celeste is pretty cool. I like Celeste. I don't trust her, but she's cool.
But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much. Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Track jacket and
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Yeah, I'm finding it hard to believe too. I'm kind of like running with this now.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him? My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must know.
Did any of that really help us get any closer to figuring out who the culprit is?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right? What he just said without even realizing it?
She's right. What he said now is really odd. How did he know something like that?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed.
I was
on his way to go exercise.
I was quite worried that
So
this would be
next
the
we have to
case.
ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as...
No, that's wrong.
Mundo.
Hold on a second, Mondo.
What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
How did he know?
When Celeste
Indeed.
testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assumed he headed off to go exercise.
She never said
anything about the jacket's color.
So why did you
It was
say
a Chihiro's blue
tracksuit?
tracksuit.
What are you... You just...
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
Shit.
As a matter of fact,
It was blue.
And before we began the trial,
Did you tell anyone that?
the only one I told
told you
about any of this
was you.
Then, Mondo,
How did you know the color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Because I just...
Mundo, honey.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died.
Cherry.
The only possibility. Cherry.
What are you
Are you
talking about Chihiro?
So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night.
Mundo.
He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
no, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
It was almost like she was trying to hide it, and just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly,
You couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you dug your
Your
own
own
grave.
grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
but why?
What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he was acting? Okay, I'm
there
sorry.
was a certain turning. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You noticed such a tiny detail?
I'm not very good at this, okay? I'm not Kyoko's level yet.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo,
Was it really you?
Did you really
Kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah, he would never do something like that. This is a false accusation.
Taka, stay out of this, honey.
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi,
Weren't you telling me you'd found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
You found it on the ground, right? Then it must belong to... It's Chihiro's!
I got it!
Because Chihiro's was missing.
We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Ooh.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
There's only one possible explanation. By hitting its weak point. He said that. He said it had a weak
You already
point.
told us before that the handbook has
That's
one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that?
I do, because I literally just did the investigation.
Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Very not good.
Just tell us already. Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands.
Yeah.
But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Suffer a meltdown under high temperatures.
I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna.
Who was in the sauna? Taka and Mondo.
The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Me too.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed.
Yeah,
Quite
but
the mystery.
I remember Taka and
What
Mondo
if they
having
found out by
accident.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
No! Taka? Really? Oh no, it certainly wasn't him. I thought it was him when he said that. Could it be you know who it actually was? In that case, there's really only one person left it could have been. Okay, so it is Mondo then. I thought the fact that he was just like, ooh, and then he told Mondo because they're best buddies. Oh yeah, Mondo went in his clothes. Taka didn't take, yeah, Taka didn't go in his clothes. That's it, I forgot.
Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Taka, your friend is a murderer. Stop defending him.
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember? And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves beyond a shadow of a doubt. I did. Make your argument.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Maybe he used Chihiro's?
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
No.
Shoot!
Damn it. I'm starting to make mistakes now. I'm sorry, guys.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what
He says is correct, you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine!
Oh, shit. What am I doing?
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Oh, God.
Shoot!
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
Now I'm just getting stuff wrong now.
If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words,
I'm flaking.
if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
What's the card reader got to do with all this? If I can just prove that. Yeah, but he would. Yeah, that's it. He wouldn't have been able to have gotten into the locker room in the first place. I know what it is. I really hope I know what it is now. Now I've said that.
You broke your own. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Really?
Shoot!
Let's test Makoto's
Fine.
assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo,
You broke your own. In other words, if then that proves.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just...
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all!
Is it for the card read? I keep thinking it's to do with the card read. I'm flaking now. I'm to be fair, I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. When I start to flake, said about. Remember what Monokuma said about Leon's handbook?
let's test Makoto's assertion.
Oh!
If what he
Thank
says is
you,
correct,
Rodrigo.
then
Thank you.
Mondo, you broke
Thank
your
you.
own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
He's pinched Leon's! Thank God. Thank you, Rodrigo. I wouldn't have figured that out with my brain the way it is right now. Thank you.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now.
Is it really yours? Thank you.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall. Isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch.
What's wrong, bro? Come on, tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time, from the beginning. That way,
Everything will become clear.
And we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Is it time for the comic book section? Yeah, comic book time. Okay. Right, what we got? That goes there. Hi, gotta go. To go in. Let's go to the end and just see what we got to deal with. So she goes in, she sees it's him, says hi, puts her stuff in. He comes up, bludgeons her. Well, there's Byakuya. Oh. Goes into the boys. No, that one goes there, right? Oh, God. Oh, no, no, no. Wow, this is getting complicated very quickly. Wowzers. Only bit that's making sense is... Oh wait, but we've still got some that haven't been used. Okay, let's just see what's right, because I definitely know I'm not right.
Here's exactly what happened.
Yeah, it's not how it happened.
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
Hold on one second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Someone had come
With
home.
bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
I got that right.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from.
Okay, I'm happy with this bit.
It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
This bit I don't get. Yeah. Okay. Oh god. Oh no no no. Oh jeez. I'm just... Anyone able to give me a hand with this? I'm just low on life and I just want to make sure I don't get it wrong too many times. He went to the girls. That I can be sure. Put a body down. That bit, I'm fine with that bit. He comes in, does that fandango. It's gotta be the posters. There's only these ones left in the comic. If they do, you don't use them. Okay. So don't use that one then. Don't use that one. So it's gotta be... That one's already been used too, so it's gotta be these then. Because there's only these two left. Okay, let's try that.
Here's exactly what happened. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster.
Damn it. Shit! And then moving her? It's got to be moving her then. It's got to be that one. It's got to be that one. It's the only other one that's not been used. Because it won't be that one. It's got to be that one then.
Here's exactly
okay.
what happened.
Jesus Christ, don't be wrong, please.
Which is why the killer then removed...
No! Ugh! Shit. God damn it. Ugh. God friggin' damn it. I'm flaking. I'm flaking.
Is this really the end for all of us?
Yeah, I want to give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet.
You better have saved everything I've put in. Jesus Christ, of course you haven't. Right, that one's right. Yep. Yeah. They're all in the wrong order now. Yep. I believe if you press a certain button over the question mark. Over the question mark? Oh, I didn't even know you could do that. Thank you. I didn't even know you could do that. Thank you. That's insane. Either I forgot that or to be fair, it's been ages since I learnt how to do this stupid thing. Right, let's do the bits that I know. So, there. There. Did the killer... Oh! The girls! Where's the picture of the girls' door? The killer took something from the line and switched it into the crime scene. The poster! Where did the killer go after they were done? Back to their locker room? When the handbook was thrown into the sauna, what happened to it? Oh, it broke. That's got to be it then. Oh, that one. That takes you to the sauna. Right? That's got to be right. Okay, this has to be right. This has to be right. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
You. First, let's...
Yeah, let's just skip.
That's something. With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Yep, because she was a boy.
Simple, because she was really a he, which is why he was able to use his own handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room.
Okay.
Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's awful.
Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl.
That's wrong.
After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem.
Oh, it is right. Oh, thank God for that. I was about to say.
That's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things.
But no.
Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade,
yeah, without knowing someone was dead in there.
killer,
I agree.
having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Wait. No. This can't be right. Where's your evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence? You need evidence. You need proof. Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him.
Why are you defending him, Taka? That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. If I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Oh, once I do that, everything will become clear. More stuff for me to remember. Yeah, and saying things. So if they hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have even. I don't know what it was to do with the. I was sitting there thinking track it, so my brain just said Mondo, not realizing the reason behind it, but it said Mondo because it was to do with training and stuff, and I was like, well, it's not going to be Sakura. And none of the other guys are trainee people, apart from possibly Mondo. That was the reason. Let's talk about Fever Time and Nega Time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the space key, Fever Time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you can push however you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge runs out, so make the best use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to the special time, right? So I've also prepared something called Nega Time that your opponent can use. If your opponent activates Nega Time during a bullet time battle, your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in rhythm. If you were to activate Fever Time at this point, no, never mind. I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, if your action difficulty is set to gentle, your opponent won't use Nega Time. Will Fever Time cancel out Nega Time? Is that what the game's trying to say without saying it? The moment of truth.
Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you. False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. I refuse to vote. Show me some evidence. You're wrong. I won't listen. I refute you.
How do I?
False. Show me some evidence. I won't listen. False. You're corrupt. I refuse to vote. I refute you. False. You're corrupt.
I got him.
Show me some evidence.
This should prove it.
I got him somehow. Okay. So it actually does cancel it out, so I can just do it without missing.
My thinking so far is right.
Okay. That's
Mondo
cool.
must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's. In which case, We can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I killed him.
Oh, Mondo. I knew you were a pain in the ass, but apparently I got an A even though I failed. Nice. Nice.
Bro, what are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with.
Shit.
Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on! Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh dear. Oh, Mondo. Does this have anything to do with one of your promises that you needed to get back to someone?
What?
Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again! Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada! Feels weird to talk after so long.
Unbelievable.
In case you were wondering, the vote was not ununanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading very close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it! There's no way he would kill someone!
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why do you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taken a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually...
The story of the murder this time is the sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can hit the control key to fast forward the text. I want to read it. Don't be a dick, Monokuma. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy. He'd heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness, to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had to choose that as his way out. Nobody will know. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell. Sorry, I'm changing back to voices again. The inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him, and he was not so easily weeded out. As it turns out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear. Instead, it only grew stronger and stronger. I'm weak. Weak. Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest, and if you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. Which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter what the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before.
Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are, so maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the thread of discovery to motivate himself into becoming stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body, but sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it'd be a good idea to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell that person his secret first, and then ask him to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yup, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Oh. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo was the very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always aspired to. Oh, shit, this is painful. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me, give me some courage. Oh. That should say Monokuma, not Chihiro. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. And he thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then that must be why Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
That could have been part of it, but I don't think that was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he'd made to Chihiro. But how does moving the body keep a secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook. See? Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed? Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something you didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone. It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
He said it again. How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Wow. Wow, really? Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Awada.
Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. This game is awesome. This game is awesome. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he intimidated him in everything he did. Not intimidated, you know the word I'm trying to say, but I can't say right now. Mondo was the epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. And before anyone knew it, it had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number 1 in the gang, and his number 2, his younger brother, Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy. Ugh, that sounds disgusting. But when Mondo started to think about how he would have to take over the biker gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang. Which is why...
I
gotta get stronger. Stronger than Daya. Once. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. And on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. But during the street race, tragedy struck. Oh no. The kid brother pushed ahead with his reckless abandon, eager for victory, and dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... oh no. Laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course, he knew it was his older brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened. Hey, kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men. Aww. He decided to hide the truth of what had happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that was his own weakness that had caused the accident, and as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Dai was going to lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. Oh. That became the explanation for what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. Shit damn, Mondo. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
And yet, as soon as our killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the lovely, hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I'd been carrying around, it would have all been for nothing, so that's why... Mondo. After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my head filled up with all kinds of fuzzy unease and I just started swirling around. I'd never felt anything like it before. I didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach.
And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there he told me a secret. Seriously? Jesus!
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you've kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
I wrapped myself up in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing the lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong. It can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? You're saying I should just say it?
What? What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret? Huh? I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness, to try and overcome it. And it was the kind of strength I never had. I was so jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What? What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I felt like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to just sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why did you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
I am strong. Strong. I'm strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than you, Daya. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was laying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand and I was just staring at him, down on the ground. I killed him.
I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone, and that was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it! Look at him, you see? You're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. He couldn't cut free of his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? 'Cause I sure don't. You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead! Say that again, I dare you!
Yep.
Okay, I'll say it as many times as you want. Is that what I want is what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because the punishing time is fast approaching. But punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised you, right? The blackened that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
I'm really, really worried what this punishment is. No, wait! Let's
give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Mondo, no. God damn it. Time for the punishment. He's even got a wig on. Oh my god. Oh no. Not one of them. The cage of death. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jeez Louise. What the hell is happening? The G-Force? That has to be the G-Force that killed him. Oh wait, where is he? Is he still there? Oh my god. What just happened? I have no words. I have no words. Okay, I need to get back into this. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again, but of course he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game? Oh, Jesus Christ. Here we go. But Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead, do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this game is life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response, except
However,
I just don't understand why. Why do you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm and motionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please, continue. The night grew late and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse. What? You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't even have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well, so you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all of that to liven things up?
I see.
So, after hearing about Genocide Jack from Toko, you decided to use that to create the fake murder scene? But damn, man. If we hadn't figured out who had really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously, I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me right in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I will have to watch out for. Jesus Christ. What?
Correct.
So that was your reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why?
Do you like them? But you know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. All this punishment, all this despair is my gift to mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating.
I am not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh? Mean? Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean, 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 mean?
Damn it!
Good grief, I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh,
Ah, the noble son of the noble family. Truly you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up. I would never stoop to a level of childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I've achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
For which victory is foregone conclusion.
You're getting all
Ooh,
riled up.
so cool. It's like the main character of a video game or something. No trash mob for you.
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper, temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap.
Jesus Christ. Monokuma's laughter pealed across the courtroom and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more future than us. All of our courage, all of our effort, all of our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair. Guys, you can't even see me right now, can you? There we go.
Well, anyway, like I was saying...
Abba-ba-wada-ba. Abba-ba-wada-ba.
This is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot.
What?
Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right?
What?
Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student, I mean.
My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Just when I start to think I'm like understanding this, it's just smashed like away. It's just, Jesus Christ. To be continued. Right, guys, I have kept you for 3.5 hours. I think that's enough time now, don't you? Yes, I want to save, please. Oh, Jesus Christ. I am so sorry that I kept you guys this long. Right. Thank you so much for joining me on this wild ride. I hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it wasn't too long for you guys. And I will be back on Saturday next with... I'm not quite sure what with. I'll have something planned by then. But geez, wow. Yes, I need to go and get some food. You can see I'm slowly starting to get a bit slack. I'm gonna go and get some food. Everyone enjoy the rest of your day, okay? Don't have too much fun. And I will catch you all next time on Saturday. I'll catch up with you guys then, okay?